Welcome back to Unleash and Rise. Today we're going to talk about something we all experience, transition and change. Some of us are stepping into a new season, some of us are leaving behind one, and some of us are stuck in the middle, wondering, what is God doing? The scripture that comes to mind is Proverbs 19 and 21.
Okay.
Many are the plans in a person's heart, but the Lord's purpose will prevail.
That's good.
Right? So we have our plans in our heart, but is it part of God's will?
A good question.
That verse hits me every time.
Okay.
It talks to me because we have a plan for our life, for our kids, how they're going to do this and graduate high school, go straight to college and be this doctor and this lawyer. But they ain't even part of his plan.
So that's your plan. You're saying the people need to consider in the midst of making their plans, have they consulted God?
If you're a believer.
Okay.
Because, we're on two different paradigms if you're a believer. So if I'm believing, I'm trusting, I'm praying.
Right.
What am I seeking him first? Because his word also say, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all things will be added unto you. So we're talking about the change, right? And transition. So I have been going through so much change and transition in my life lately to the point where my sister was like, how you feel about everything? I'm like, emotionless. It's to the point where
So you're numb?
I'm numb.
Wow. You've really been going through change and transition if you're to the point of being numb.
I'm numb. And I'm not even mad about it. Because now my emotion is not controlling me. Right? So from my daughter going off and stationed across seas, her and the baby, to the last one in the house, finna graduate high school, so we finna be empty nesters. I was in LSU helping my nephew move in for his first year of college, transition on my job on the installation. Okay. So every step of my life has been some type of transition and change.
Has all this happened within the last 2 months?
All at one time, simultaneously. Okay. All this stuff is going on.
Okay.
All of it. And so it's like every day you wake up, what's going on? And if you're not ready to be flexible and change and move with the cheese, then you'll be stuck in the middle. Right? Because you haven't embraced it. And the thing about it is, have you consulted God? Because some of the things that are going on, I would have wrote the plan different.
Right.
Right. But it's his purpose that's going to prevail. And we may not understand it in the midst of it. Why am I going through this? Why is this change necessary? But it's growth that's happening.
So was all the change unexpected?
Some.
Yeah.
So even my daughter joining the Air Force, we was actually praying for her to go across seas, but guess what? She didn't go where we wanted her to go. So I'm over here looking like, can we go and reconsider some stuff? Who we need to talk to? But I had to stop because his plans are not my plans.
Right.
And that change is probably necessary for her.
For her growth?
Yeah. And not for me.
And for your growth.
Right, exactly.
As well, to trust God that he's going to have her through this next season in her life.
Right. And not only that, but this is also part of her story.
Yeah.
So as parents, sometimes when our kids are transitioning from season to season, we want to stay their parent, but we don't always be their parent. Let me say that. But we need to transition to being their coach.
Right.
So,
and letting them write their own story.
And let them write their own story.
As her parent, naturally, you have been the person who feels like you can write her story.
Right.
Or not necessarily write it completely, but navigate her through life.
Tell her what to do.
In your way.
In my way.
Yeah.
And so now, like I said, you transition to being a coach.
This would be a good season for her to grow.
Yeah.
Spiritually.
Everything. Because now you got to call on the Father.
Yeah.
You can't call on, you can call on me.
Still call your line.
Yeah, I'm going to be there, but I'm like, have you talked to the Lord?
Every now and again.
Yeah, she called me this morning.
Okay.
Had to go and tell her, calm down, breathe, let's pray.
That's good.
Yeah, because I really want to train them to seek him first. Seek him first, everything. I'm limited on what I can do, but he's not.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So have you experienced any change or transition?
Woo. Yeah. This month.
Okay.
The whole month has been straight transition and change. I've had so many, I would say, I've had job opportunities come my way. Just piling things on my plate back to back to back. I've had administrative positions that I've had to replenish. I've tried to rebuild my whole team, take on 2 more positions in different areas, different cities, 2 more projects, and then having family issues too, you know? And so the transition and the change has been real for me in this month, to the point where I was so booked, busy, and overwhelmed. I woke up, and I want to say this was like 2 days ago, and I was on the phone talking to somebody, and I kind of dozed off on them real quick. And then I woke up and I was like, where I got to be tomorrow?
You know what day of the week it
I was like, where do I need to be? They were like, this place, 7 a.m. I was like, because I have been juggling 3 different projects at once.
Yeah.
And so that has never happened to me. I've been a very busy woman. But me waking up and not knowing where to report to first, at what time, for who, it was almost a little scary.
Wow.
And so I had to think to myself, Markeisha, you have the skill, you have the talent, and people will pull you in a lot of different ways. But before you say yes, you have to consult God and see, is this something that I need to take on right now? It looks good.
Right.
It sounds good and it feels great. And it's actually a dream. But have you consulted him, like you said? You need to consult him in everything that you do. And so I had to take a step back. Just be like, listen, I had to say no to a couple people this upcoming week, because I really have to get centered and make sure that I'm hearing God when he speaks, and that I'm going the direction that he wants me to go, not necessarily what was on my vision board. Right. So, because there's no way I should be waking up looking like a deer in headlights trying to figure out where I'm going.
Where am I going? Right.
In the next couple hours.
And so in that, there's no peace.
There is no peace. I was like, that was a little touch of torment for a second, right?
Fear.
It was, fear that I'm about to show up on the wrong location at the wrong time, servicing the wrong clients.
Right.
Or at the wrong event.
Right.
Because there's no clarity.
Right.
There's no clarity in chaos. And when you invite so much into your life at once without consulting God, or without putting everything that you do and everything you consider before God, it's chaotic.
It's chaotic. Yeah, exactly. And I always say everything that's good is not good for you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And that we seek out, I'm ready for the next step. I'm ready for this. I'm ready to transition to this level and move up. My trajectory is going this way. But is that your way? Because everything that's good, not good for you.
Right. I agree with that.
We oftentimes get stuck because we're living in this world and this mindset that we got to keep chasing. We hustling, we grinding, and lining.
Not the song reference. But
but are we not?
But then you wake up not knowing where you got to go.
Not knowing you got to go.
Or what time you
are you
there.
Productive or you busy? You just moving with, you moving through life.
Busy.
Right.
And being busy is not productive. And a lot of people get that.
They get it twisted.
Yeah.
Like, no, what have you done today? You made 5 mistakes. Costly mistakes at that.
Ooh.
Some mistakes costly. Because some mistakes cost you.
Yeah, a lot of mistakes cost you.
Yeah, a lot of them. But when you're out of the wheel, trying to make your will work, then what is it?
Yeah.
I'm reminded of the scripture that says, when you ask and you receive not, you ask amiss. Right? You did not receive because your heart was in the right alignment. So you're seeking out like, Lord, I've been asking for this. I've been asking for that. I'm ready for the new season. No, you're not.
Because the heart's not in alignment.
Not in alignment. Your motive wrong. This transition and change is hard for a lot of people because sometimes we like to be stuck. We say we don't, but it's comfortable there. It's familiar.
Yeah.
And so to move forward with grace and dignity and respect, it takes you owning up. It takes accountability. It takes you looking at that person in the mirror and say, I got this, or I need this help, or I need that help.
Yeah. I definitely realized in this season of transition, for what I feel like I want and for what I think God wants for me, I had to sit back and say, I know I need some help.
Right.
So that's why we're in the season of like building our team, like finding those key players that can help you navigate the different things that you're going to have to approach head on,
right,
with clarity,
right,
and with some type of structure. I'm grateful that I had that thought and that I'm moving on it now so that I can get some of the weight off my shoulders.
Right.
Because you can't do everything alone.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
And I realized that as well. So with me transitioning to a certain position on my job, it was hard.
Yeah.
It was hard. I'm like, hold on, this is my passion. I love it. But at the same time, I can't do everything. And I felt myself being overwhelmed, stressed. Yeah. They take mental health days. Like, wait, what's going on? Yeah.
I wish I could. Well, I can't take mental health days.
I know, but you're so busy. You got this going on, that going, huh?
You doing corporate mental health days. Those are better.
Yeah, corporate mental health days. Yeah. But when you got 5 jobs and 3 over here, 3 over there, your mental health day really turns to you going to this job.
To the next job.
You know, but I've stepped back. And now I have a plan of action. And I prayed about that thing first. And I'm like, I got out of the shower one day. I said, Lord, something got to give. Because I can't go on like this.
Yeah.
And then once he provided the answer, my little over here to tell who think I know it all and want to be in control of everything, continue on. And so when I got frustrated, I'm praying, God looking at me like, that's by choice.
So he gave you the answer.
He gave me the answer, gave me the way out.
You didn't take heed. Did what you wanted to.
Did what I wanted to.
And what was the result in that?
It's a choice. You choosing, you suffering because you want to suffer.
Suffering because you want to suffer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Them bags under your eyes because your disobedience.
Not the disobedient bags.
Disobedient bags, y'all. Hi.
That's tough.
You talking about you can't remember. I got 2 phones. One work phone. One I'm like, which time do I answer?
It's been over for me. That 2-phone situation is foolish.
Foolish.
I won't do it. I won't go back.
Yes.
That there is captivity. You need to let a phone go.
Let a phone go.
Let a phone go.
Girl.
This is a PSA announcement. Let a phone go.
Wake up in the morning, checking both. Days off, checking both.
Don't want it.
And so with that, you have to be ready to move. You have to be ready to be obedient. And so I stepped out in faith and was like, I got to do this. I got to do this first of all, for my sanity. Forget about everybody else. Because sometimes we be like, well, what about this person? What that person? You croak over and die. That person going on to the next one.
Right. And trying to figure out who else they can get assistance from.
Okay.
While they're living a very soft life.
Soft life.
On you.
Right. And you over here with bags.
Yeah. You know it's powerful. Use it more.
It's very powerful.
Absolutely.
It's an anointed word just like yes. It's in the dictionary. Not foreign language. In no language is it foreign.
No.
Okay. So in the midst of that, I had to trust God in the transition.
Okay.
So trust that, hey, you in the midst of me going through all this and then pulling back time from this area to give time over here, pulling back time for even me.
Yeah.
For my mental state. Because sometimes it's good to be in silence. You know, we got to have noise going on all the time. So I be riding in silence a lot. I do.
I can do it every now and again, but no, I will say that after a busy day, sometimes I do take my rides a little quietly. But majority of the time, I'm gonna put some tunes on.
Yeah, quiet.
I need to hear a beat or two.
We was at LSU. My sister was talking. I'm like, I was looking at her like, girl, you don't know I don't talk at night.
You would.
I put the cover on my head. So I'm just putting the cover on my head.
You quiet.
Yeah,
she silent moment.
She kept talking. I was like, girl, shut up. And so I put the cover over my head and I was out and she started talking. She like, you heard me? And I was out. I don't talk at night.
Crack.
But I wake up at 4 a.m, ready to talk.
Yeah, no.
You know, you got some messages before.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
What do you mean?
The early morning rising at 4?
Yes.
In full conversation mode?
Full conversation mode.
I'm a night owl, so I guess I'm her.
Yeah, you her, because I'm like, well, why are you talking? We'd have been up since 4 a.m. We didn't been.
That's because you've been up since 4 a.m. The rest of the other folks is not up at 4.
They're not.
You're up. You're ready to talk.
Ready to talk.
Me and your sister are still asleep.
Yeah. Yeah, I sleep by 9:10. I'm up 9:10. I already did what most people do in a whole day.
I pray that I get that type of
motivation.
Wake up. Motivation, spirit, and deliverance.
It's great though. It really is, because by the end of the day,
you wake up with the birds.
Yeah, the birds sweeping, and I'm tweeting, and we gone.
Yeah,
about our day.
Blessings.
So yeah, just trusting God in transition. Trusting God in transition. You know, I'll be real. It's uncomfortable.
Yeah,
because you want to do it your way.
Transition is uncomfortable.
I want to do it my way because we think we're right, especially women.
Yeah, I feel like I'm right all the time.
All the time.
Yeah, for the most part.
Y'all got to catch up.
For the most part.
Because I feel like I'm Jesus' little cousin. I got the revelation.
I'm pretty much correct.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So when you trust in God, you have to relinquish all that.
Okay.
You had to be like, Lord, now I decrease, that you increase, and your will be done.
And that you can hear.
So I can hear.
What it is.
With clarity.
He has to say with clarity.
Yeah. Okay. Kind of what you said earlier. Mm-hmm. You know, we're going through this. And if we're honest, and we're talking about the moving forward, God had revealed it to us. I told you, he told me, I got the shower, I'm over here praying, and he gave me the answer already. Mm-hmm. I refused to listen because it's not what I wanted.
So you said, this isn't him speaking. I must be hearing.
I knew it was him, but I was like, okay, Lord, well, maybe let me try it this way. I hear what you're saying, but this is another way to get there. You know how like there's 5 ways to get to Wilma? I was taking the route that I wanted to take to get to Wilma. Right. And he already told me the route to take. Mm. And I was like, I got you, but I'm finna take this way. And yeah, roadblocks, construction going on.
Back way.
I'm getting frustrated. And he just looking like that was your fault.
Yeah.
Sometimes we get upset when things don't happen, but were you obedient? Things falling apart. Were you obedient?
The outcome definitely relies on your obedience for sure.
A lot of it. So taking that step back, and getting in right alignment was everything. And now the change and stuff has been easier. Actually, I've been embracing it. I like change because I get bored easily.
Okay.
Yeah. My husband recognized that a long time ago.
So, did you get bored easily?
Easy.
Switch it up.
All the time. Okay. With everything. I can't. What? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You got to switch it up.
All the time.
I appreciate that. Keeps the spark in the relationship.
Yeah, but even in life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to change up every once in a while. That's why I change my house every so many years. I can't keep the same furniture. I do.
Okay.
Yeah, can't see the same stuff all the time.
I haven't tried that.
Yeah. Really.
So down to the home decor.
Down to the home decor.
We need change.
I've been in my house 5 years and I had 4
fast. What's happened? You've been there 5 years and what?
4 different furniture sets. I can't make this up. And when I get tired of, I just start a new Airbnb and put all the furniture in that Airbnb and start over.
That's wealth talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Richard, let's start another Airbnb.
Yeah. We have the furniture.
You got the furniture.
Yeah, the furniture.
Just get the place. It's going to yield great results.
The fact that you can justify buying new furniture by getting a new Airbnb is diabolical.
You think so?
It is.
Hey.
It is.
Call it what you want to call
it. But I love that it's not going to waste.
It's not going to waste.
You get ready to put it forth so that it can make you money.
Make me money. And then so right.
But that's a wild.
Yeah.
That's a wild way to get new furniture.
Yeah.
I want you to know that.
So if something break, I'll be like, hold on, what in the house I want to replace? Mm-hmm. And then I put it. Yeah.
Encourage others to do that.
Yeah, it works. It works because you sell it, you're not getting what you paid for.
You'll never get what you paid for.
So I'm just.
But if you put in that Airbnb.
Yeah, and all people like, I love this decor. Like, thank you, girl. That was custom made.
It's my old set.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Where you get it from? So yeah.
Change.
Yes.
So down to your spiritual.
Natural. Everything. Yeah.
Routine.
Sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes I had to switch it up. That's why I go to the gym for the most part at 4:45. Sometimes I want to go to 6:30 at p.m. because if I go at 6:30, they have different music playing. I get to spice it up and make me miss my 4:45, my rooster crew. That's what we would call it, rooster crew.
Oh, yeah. Waking up at 4. It's definitely the rooster crew.
Yeah, so with the rooster crew.
Because you're up with the roosters, which I am not.
Yeah, the class started at 4:45. So, yeah. And then, so yeah, I like the change. In my job, I think with my corporate job, I'm in a position maybe 3 to 4 years, and then I'm switching to a different position within the company.
Okay.
It's progression, So yeah. Because once I mastered it, what am I doing?
Right. That's how I feel in my field, though.
Yeah. Once you master, what are you doing? Like, I did that. Next.
Yeah. That's how I felt when I first started as a cosmetologist. Yeah. I was like, I'm standing behind the chair.
Yeah.
That's fun, but you'll get burnt out very easily. Mm-hmm. So what are the ways that we can incorporate change in this particular field? Mm-hmm. Got into makeup. Switch it up a little bit.
Right.
Got boring to me. How can I incorporate change into this particular field? Started making people look like monsters. Got into the scary makeup. It's about finding the ways to incorporate change.
Right.
To elevate.
Right.
To kind of navigate the different ways that you can improve. Mm-hmm. And you can, switch your scenery so that you don't get bored too. So
right.
I like that we continue to find.
Yeah, you continue. You're progressive.
Yeah.
You're not just staying stagnant.
Yeah. Continued education is good.
Yeah. Do all
that way too, which a lot of people don't do. They get stuck.
I'm taking a year off though from taking classes.
Really?
Yeah. So between May and of 2025.
You're taking a year off.
Yes.
To take classes.
To not.
I was about to say, because you just graduated.
I know, to not, because I've done leadership courses, MBA, all these things. I'm always doing something because I feel like your mind is powerful, and the more you feed it, the younger you stay, the younger you feel, the more knowledgeable you are, and you can walk in a room and dominate because you have knowledge in everything.
Yeah.
So that comes with the change too.
Being able to dominate a room.
Hey, I can walk in the room and have a little bit of knowledge of something and can talk I could talk my way to $1 million. Yeah.
That's what continued education will do for you.
Yes. You just need a spark of this, spark of that.
A little sprinkle.
And then once you start listening, and, when you're intentional in your conversation, you can pick up the rest.
Yeah.
For real.
That's a little touch of finesse too. That's just.
You think that's what it is?
Call a spade a spade.
Call a spade a spade.
You know a little sprinkle of what's going on. Then you come in there, you listen. And you pick up the rest. It's a little touch of finesse.
You know what I'm saying?
Agree or disagree? Chat, what you got?
You know what I'm saying? Then don't let me take a sidebar and go to Chat GPT to tell me what I don't know.
Oh, Lord.
What?
AI.
He's not my best friend like other people. Some people have chat set as a Google. But back to transition. So trusting God through the process. Mm-hmm. I think about every transition is an invitation to trust him.
Yeah, it is.
Right? Are you trusting him? Mm-hmm. And I keep going back to this, and you pray for it.
Yeah.
How you pray for something and then don't trust him through it once you receive it?
Yeah. I definitely had an experience with that.
You what?
I had an experience with that. Something that I have prayed for since 2012.
Oh, wow. It's like 13 years ago.
Yeah. It's just now coming into fruition, and I got a call to come out and be a part of something that I know that I wanted, that I've prayed for the longest time. Terrified to take it because my question was, who's going to run my business if I take this on this leap of faith? Because when I leave, I have to be all in.
How long you gone for?
I was gone for about 4 days.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was gone for about 4 days.
Oh, okay. So
it was such. We talking about change, transition, opportunity, and she's worried about a press and curl, Holy Ghost. But no, you didn't miss your hair appointment. Your hair appointment will not be affected. Okay. But like you said, it's what you pray for.
Yeah.
And then you shaking in your boots, afraid of what God is trying to get you to do in transition and change. And it's just like, are you going to trust him or are you not going to trust him?
Right.
So,
are you going to move forward or are you going to stay stuck?
Right.
And get bitter and angry because the opportunity passed you by because you was unwilling to be uncomfortable.
I'll tell you what. When they reached out to me, I told them I was available but not available for all the days, and they passed me up.
Are you serious?
They passed me up.
But was the thing that you said you was too busy for, where you had to have that balance, or was it?
Well, I felt like I may have been too busy for it because I looked at my schedule and I was like, well, I don't know if I can make this work. But once I look back at my schedule, I felt like I could make it work. Mm-hmm. So they ended up calling me back. So the opportunity came back to me again. And I was like, there's absolutely no way I could pass it by.
So you did it.
So I had to just go ahead and take it. And
how was it?
It was worth it completely and wholeheartedly because now they have me on their radar. They want me to be a permanent person in the position. And it's something that technically on paper I'm not qualified for, but my talents and gifts have qualified me.
It made room for you.
All complete room. So I'm glad that I trusted God enough to
move with the cheese,
step out on faith, knowing that what he's trusted me with, he'll take care of. So if that doesn't look like me being in my business traditionally all the way around the clock, 7 days a week, in hopes that it may not run the way I want it to, I have to trust that He gave it to me and he trusted me with it, so he'll take care of it.
He provide the vision, he'll provide the provision.
He did, yeah.
And so even with that, I hear a lot of stylists say that that's not a long-term career. Because just styling hair, being a beautician.
Yeah.
Because after a while, your body break down.
Yeah.
So if you allow fear,
break down everywhere.
I know, but you standing on them knees all day on the legs.
Break down at McDonald's, break down in front of that computer.
Well, the carpet tongue.
Yeah, you got the carpet tongue, things break.
But see, even you're right. Yeah. So, but what are we doing for the next step? Are you ready to change? Most time people stay there for 80, 90 years.
That's true.
And die in a position.
Yeah.
And change them came around 5 times for something better. But fear caused you to stay stuck.
Yeah.
And it's not realistic when you're sitting around saying you're a believer and you trust in God for the new.
Yeah.
But you're afraid to change.
So what's some things that we need to put in action?
Oh, girl, we got to do a lot of stuff. Practical encouragement to change. So when you're walking through transition, right, there's 4 little easy steps. Talk about it.
Into walking into transition?
Yeah.
Okay. So in my opinion, a couple of things that you can do. I say some things that I've used or that I did use in this last transition was pause and pray.
Okay.
So don't rush the process and definitely invite God's counsel or his counsel into the moment. So I needed to know how I can transition into the next opportunity and figure out how to still run my business while I was gone away. So it took time to take a step back. I had to pause. I had to pray about it. I had to figure out how I could schedule everything to run smooth with me on autopilot. But if I didn't quiet the noise down, and I let the chaos overtake my mind with my schedule and everything I knew that I had to take care of, I definitely would not have been able to figure that out.
Yeah. Stopping and breathing works.
Stopping and breathing, pausing and praying.
It works.
Yeah.
Because it helps you to see the reality of the situation, not the emotion of the situation.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we just caught up in that one moment. We can't see the totality of what's really going on around us. And when you can't see the bigger picture and what's going on, then you make a bad choice and a bad decision that you like, dang, I messed up. Should have went and stopped, prayed, stop, pause, and let God intervene because his wisdom is untouched.
Would have navigated you through that a lot smoother.
So smoother. We would have saw seek him first.
A lot of people don't do that.
They get on Facebook. They go to TikTok. We'll see TikTok sell because that's what
TikTok got a Christian side too, though.
I don't. Ain't Jesus.
You're right. Okay, I got another one.
What's your other one?
Since we don't want to go to TikTok. Release control.
Release control. Talk about that.
Release control. Stop holding on so tightly to your own timeline.
Okay.
Vision boards. One done in 2 months. One done in 3. So
by this age, I should be doing this.
Oh, a lot of people fell on that. I saw that trend going on Instagram and TikTok.
What trend?
Like it was by 20, I'll be married. By 22, I'll have a kid. By 30, I'll be like rich on a yacht with a 5-bedroom house and all that. And then they put where they are now, realistically. And all those goals were no match. There were no match. I didn't even do mine because it would have been crazy what I thought I was going to be.
Really?
At this big old age.
Because I thought I was going to be a pediatrician one day.
Oh, you did?
Yes, girl. When I was a kid, I'm like, I'm going to be a pediatrician because I love kids. And I want to save them all. But guess what?
At what age were you going to be a pediatrician?
Before I was 30, and I would have 2 kids, a girl and a boy. And I used to take the JCPenney magazine back in the day and pick out all my furniture and all that stuff.
Well, you still got that thing for furniture. That's for sure.
Pick out the coats. Now, I will say this. I did get my kids those coats. Okay, my kids had fur coats.
From the Penny's catalog?
It wasn't from the Penny's catalog.
Okay.
But I want them to have that fur coat with the little mitten thing that you put your hands in it. They had that. As a kid, I said, my daughters will have that. And I had it.
Okay.
You know, I was single while they was having it. Went in the whole household like I wanted with this perfect, we were rising up and having breakfast together, but it's still part of it happened.
But they got the coat.
And the mittens when they hand went in like that.
So at least a little bit of your JCPenney's cut out.
Yeah, that was good.
True.
Yeah.
The furniture.
And
the coats.
in the code.
But the pediatrician thing.
Nobody still to work with kids. So that's another thing. Even when you can write it out, but it may still somewhat be what you want, but not the way that you envision it. So what I mean by that is I wanted to work with kids because I love kids. Right. That's what I do. I still help youth.
See how that works?
Yeah. So I went from being like,
so he still heard your
that was my passion.
Your passion.
Right. Yeah. So my passion was to help our young people, and I'm still doing that. Yeah. It's just in a different way.
Beautiful.
So I wanted to save them in the medical field, but God used me to save them like in the school system. Yeah. Used me to save them on a military installation. So I'm still working on saving lives and impacting lives.
So he loved you just that much.
He loved me just that much.
He loved you just that much. Still give you the desire in your heart.
Right. He gave me the desire. Right. Yeah. So, and it worked out. It just wasn't the way. Because, I was a kid. They tell everyone to be a doctor, lawyer, firefighter. You know, you think about it when you were a kid, that's all you saw. So you knew nothing else.
Yeah. Or a policeman.
Or a policeman. You know, you want to be those things. Anything else is looked down upon.
I definitely thought I was going to be an anesthesiologist.
See what I'm saying? Everybody want to be those.
Got out of there. You know how long they had to go to school? Kudos to all of them.
All of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. Gosh. And then at one point, as I was getting older and I realistically saw the cost and I was real with myself. I said,
pediatrician?
Yeah. So I said, I'm going to be a pediatric nurse.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was in school for nursing. I think I told you about that. And then I was like, hold on, I can do this job.
Starter pack.
Yeah, starter pack. I can do this job that I'm doing. I can make just as much as a nurse. And I'm off on weekends and holidays. So I pursued what I'm doing now.
Well, look at you. You're doing great.
Thank you.
I want you to know that if no one's told you.
Thank you.
You're doing amazing.
Yes.
So.
All glory to God.
Well, so yeah, releasing control.
Releasing control.
In your own timeline and just.
Allowing him. Right.
To God.
And it works out great. Like,
and he'll still give you the desires of your heart. Just. He may deliver it to you in another way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you had to be open to that.
You do.
If you're not open to receive it, then it won't work. You know what I'm saying? I remember my daughter, whenever she graduated back in 22, she was like, yeah, I'm going to go to school, be a lawyer. I just was looking at her like, okay, you know, motivating her and everything like that. That was short-lived.
Oh.
And she like, well, my backup plan was to do the military and all this other stuff. And I was like, girl, should be your first plan. But what?
Continue on now.
Because she has that skill. Like
she's thinking as a mother.
Yeah, she's very militant. Like she's in there and she's thriving. Like, and I'm like, you still can go back to school.
Yeah.
But look at you now. You know, 3 years you could have, you know, but it was God timing.
I was about to say she had to figure that out on her own. Though.
And it was God timing. Right? And then once she released control, she actually ended up in a better branch.
Yeah.
So it worked out great for her.
That's perfect, though.
Yeah, it worked out great for her. And now she's seeing at an early age what happens when you relinquish control and you fully trust God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think another good one.
What's another good one?
Right. So we talked about releasing control. Not worrying about your timing, but God's timing. Another one is seeking wisdom.
Okay.
Right. So surrounding yourself with scripture. And people who can remind you of truth.
That's good. So basically, you can't have a lot of yes people.
You can't, but surrounding yourself with scripture, like how you started off saying, different scriptures come to mind when we're talking about change. And surrounding yourself with people, like you said, not your yes people, but people who will actually tell you the truth, who see, like, listen, this is what I see in you. This is the road I see you're going down, and it's not aligned with what you said you want, what you said God wants for you, and what you want your outcome and your results to be in life. So just surrounding yourself with people who really give you the truth and wisdom and understanding. I mean, one of the most common sayings is, if you're the smartest person in the room, you should probably get out.
You need to get out.
Run. Need to get out.
Run.
You need to get out.
Yeah.
Because how are you learning?
Right.
If your circle is not full of people who can't pour into you, who can't continue to give you wisdom and understanding and guidance, especially from life's experience.
Right. Yeah.
Whether it's spiritual, or whether it is natural, like in your work field. You know what I'm saying? So it's very important,
right,
just to have those people around you.
That's good
In the season of change.
It's exactly. It's going to help propel you to that next level.
Yeah,
and not hold you back because they're fearful and they've been stuck, so they want you to be stuck with them. Because you have those people like, oh, you gonna do that? I would never.
Yeah,
run.
Scary folks.
Yeah, scary people.
You should never surround yourself with scary people.
No. So that's good. Seeking wise counsel. I tell, first of all, tell everyone, tell myself this. You can't tell everybody.
No.
Because everyone can't handle it. Right? And then if you are the smartest person in the room, when you're seeking out to those people that's in the room with you, they don't have an understanding of what you're saying.
No, they don't.
They're on a different path. They're used to you pouring into them. So now you need to be poured into, and they looking like, what you want me to do? What you want me to say?
They're no good for now.
So no. And there are seasons where you have people who in your life that you probably supersede in a lot of areas.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Right. But you got to know the difference. You have to know the difference that, hey, you know what? I'm in your life, you're in my life for us to learn, but that's all it stays there.
That's it.
It stays there. It don't go to the next level.
So when will you say you realize that, like I said, surrounding yourself with wise counsel, right? People who give you good wisdom and good truth. To me, that's a mentor.
Right.
When did you get your first mentor? When did you know, like, I need somebody that I could look up to, that I could reach out to for the advice that I need, whether it's spiritual, whether it's natural? What stage in life were you just like, this is it?
So if I'm honest, like my mentor has changed in every season. So I go back to when I was like 16.
Yeah.
And I was doing, you know how when you was in high school, they had those like work study things where you work for like the school at the front desk and different things. So I was at the superintendent's office working. And this woman, Gina, she was older than me. She was like my mentor then.
Okay.
Once I graduated, she went her way, I went my way. And then there was I had a spiritual lady in my life at that time too. She mentored me and I moved, of course, up here. And then God, for every step, he had a person in my life. He sent someone in my life that mentored me. And to this day, I'm cordial with everyone, but they're still not like how it was back then because that season was up.
So your mentors changed?
Every time. When I'm in different level, it's okay. Not to take people along with you because where I am right now, Gina can't help me.
Nah.
You see what I'm saying? Where I am right now, the evangelist that was in my life at that time when I got here, she can't help me.
Different season, different needs.
Different season, different needs.
Yeah, for sure.
You see what I'm saying? So we have to recognize that. And then at one point I had a mentor and I was trying to take her along with me and it was falling apart. And God was like, that time is up.
Yeah.
Cordial. We can still call, talk, hang out every once in a while, speak, go for dinner every once in a while. But that season is done.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
So your first mentor was at 16. 16.
Gina McElroy.
Okay, come on, Gina. Gina, shout out to you.
I know.
You got her up and through there. Look at her now.
I know. I still got my blanket, Gina. It's called Green Blanket. She gave me this blanket when I was like 16. I still have it.
What did the blanket do?
You know what? That blanket ended up being my security blanket through all the trauma and stuff I was going through. Yes. And I still have it.
Thank you, Gina.
Yeah. My kids know about it. I call it a green blanket.
Green Mingo.
Yeah, and green blanket is now folded and I don't take it anywhere no more because that's like my pillar. Like I overcame so much. Yeah. Blanket.
So do you feel like you've been that for somebody else?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Yeah. I have.
I think it's really important that you do pour back into the young ones. And I mean, you can mentor people older than you.
Yeah. And I have.
Yeah, because you never know who's like looking up to you, what age or anything like that. So that's
you have to be ready to embrace it, you know. And at times you don't feel worthy enough to be a mentor, especially to someone older than you. But that's when you let go of control.
Yes, absolutely.
And you trust God, like, Lord, you brought this person in my life for a reason.
Yeah.
And at one point, even recent, I'm like, Lord, I need somebody. And God was like, no, I need you to be that for somebody else. Like you built up, I need you to go and help. And honestly, that's why we're here now. Like people need what you've been through. Like you did not go through that for yourself.
Yeah.
you went through that to help all these different women. And that's a heavy weight at times. But then he would give you grace for that season.
Yeah.
And whenever I feel down, tired, I realize, hey, I haven't been spending enough time with him. I haven't been filled by him and replenished.
Right.
Does that make sense? Yeah. So yeah. But I have a little mentor now I prayed for and everything. And then there's one pastor came in town. He was like, yeah, God sending somebody. And I was like, thank you, God. Because, I know you think I'm strong or you saying I'm strong, but,
Is it on Facebook or Instagram?
Which one?
Where they were like, Lord, I want to know if this year I'm going to be on the strong.
Oh, yeah, the strong. Yeah, the suffering.
Strong and suffering list, or if I'm going to be on the easy overcomer.
Yes.
That's a real question.
That's a real question.
Yeah.
But I think
the trials and tribulations package.
But
that's what people want to know.
But I know, if you're listening, he will prepare you.
Yeah.
If you're listening to him, if you're in communion with him, he will prepare you and he will show you. Mm-hmm. There was a time when I was praying and fasting. I'm like, Lord, something's going on. You're building me up spiritually for something.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what it is. And bam, next thing you know, I faced on Channel 2 News.
Yeah.
And I was built and I was prepared for it. So I knew something was coming.
To prepare for that season.
Yes, I was fasting and praying for a year. Like, why am I'm tired of fasting. I said that, Lord, I'm tired of fasting. I'm skinny now. I can't.
Hungry, Lord. Yeah.
Yeah. And so it was, and he was transitioning me to that season. I had to overcome it. Yeah. My kids was watching, so what am I going to show them?
Yeah.
And I had to be brave. I had to be strong and resilient because not only were they watching me as their mother, they were watching me as a woman of God.
Yeah.
And so I wanted them to see that faith carried me through. So now faith my daughter, right? She called it today. Faith will carry you through just like it carried me through. Mm-hmm. So as you go through this change and preparing and to go across seas and, be away from your family, we can't just, we can, but we can't just get on a flight right now and hop over there, So faith will have to carry her through. And I believe that when we're going through to my mentorship and preparing for that change, you have to watch what you're doing because people are watching you.
Yeah.
My youngest baby woke up the other morning. She was like, Mom, I had a dream and I need to tell you and Dad. I'm like, what's going on? Because she's a dreamer. Mm-hmm. She was like, people are watching y'all. I had a dream. She told me all about the dream. And she was like, watch what you do and watch what you say.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's confirmation beyond just everything. It's confirmation that, you don't know who you're encouraging. Mm-hmm. As people are looking for authentic.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
They are. So you have to always be
on guard. On guard, girl. You can be riding down the street, flicking somebody off, and then the people right there like, oh, you just prayed for me on Sunday, so let me go and cuss. If you making it that easy.
Yeah, that's true. So I think another tool that people have to remember in the midst of transition and change is stepping in faith, which is what you just said.
Be like Nike.
Yeah. Just do it.
Yeah. That's why I like Nike.
You got to take the next step, even if you don't know what the next 10 look like. Mm-mm. So you have to kind of just go for it and trust that God has you and that it will all unfold the way that he has planned.
Right.
Yeah. Which is what your baby did.
Is what
you stepped out on faith. Yeah. That's what you did.
Be a light unto
That's
my
what we've
feet.
all been doing and kind of just, it's crazy faith, really.
Yeah.
I think when you have the crazy faith, you get the craziest results.
Exactly. When you believe in what you can't see.
Yeah.
When you're believing your situation, your circumstances do not look like what you're believing for. Mm-hmm. That's when he really come in and move.
Absolutely.
That's when I say faith activate, that's when your life transform. But
what is something that you've done in your life that you can just say, you honestly can say, that was crazy faith? Because you really didn't, I'm not going to say you had doubt, but it was just like well, if this work out, I know God did it.
So go back to 2008, 2009. I had just had charity. And first of all, that whole thing, just being able to take full maternity leave and have all my bills paid and all these various things, that was crazy within itself.
Okay.
But then waking up in the middle, I still have that piece of paper. Waking up in the middle of the night and I turned the lamp on and God said, write this down. And he said, you're going to purchase a house this year. He had me write down, he had me praying for my husband, writing certain scripture down.
Okay.
And so all of that, went back, I said, I prayed over, anointed the paper, I prayed over, and I went back to sleep. And he said I wasn't done. So I woke up again. He said, you're going to have $8,000 in your bank account. I laughed. I laughed like, how that going to happen? How? Like, really? Buying a house, much less having over $8,000 in my savings account. How's that going to happen? All of it is superseded.
Yeah.
You know, only thing that didn't happen was me getting married. Things with my kids that he had me write down happened. Me buying a house. And he told me, once you walk in the house, you're going to know this is it. And so even now, when I'm looking for something, it's like something in my spirit resonate and say, this is it. This is it. So that December, I went back to it. And I was like, oh, I just cried. Because how did this happen? How did this one guy, he's still a relative right now, it's so crazy, was trying to come in to get in this one house I really couldn't afford. And I see how people go on foreclosure, because there are people who will find ways to get you stuff that you can't afford to meet their numbers. Right.
Yeah.
And so, but in that interaction, because I find some good in everything, there's something in everything. In that interaction, he told me something that I didn't know, and that was about a grant that I can get for being a first-time home buyer. So I got that grant. I counseled out with him, ended up finding a house, then settled. And so I went into the house. I ain't paid no money out of pocket.
Oh, wow.
Everything I wanted them to do to the house they did it. And so I ended up receiving some money back. The owner, she met me, did all the things I wanted done to the house. And then I ended up getting the $8,000 in my account. And then on top of that, within the next year, my car was paid off.
So everything he said was going to happen.
I had to move it.
Everything he put in your spirit, write down.
Everything. But guess what I had to do? I had to walk in obedience, and I had to keep the faith.
Yeah.
So and let me tell you something else, girl, hold on. This is not done. So that grant, the first time homeowners grant, your income had to be at a certain level, right? And so with 3 people in the house, this is low. You couldn't make a lot of money.
Yeah.
So I qualified for it, right? So I closed on my house. 2 days, when in the midst of me closing on my house, I was nervous because I applied for this job, still within my organization, but applying for a promotion. And I was like, oh my God, if I get this job before then, because they had to have an updated copy. You know how it is whenever you buy a house. I'm like, would I still qualify for this grant? And I'm closing on the house, all these various things. 2 days later, got a new job, making like $4 more than I was making an hour. So I'm over here like flabbergasted.
Right.
Like, Lord, not only did you bless me with this house, bless me to walk in here paying $0 out of my pocket.
Wow.
Bless me to get this $8,000. Then you giving me a raise on my job. I got this promotion on my job. I mean, debt free on top of debt free. You see what I'm saying? And at this time, I didn't have a degree.
Oh, wow.
I didn't have a degree. And he told me, he said, I'm going to supersede. I'm going to take you places that people with degrees haven't been. And he did.
And did exactly what he said he was going to do.
Did.
So you was definitely stepping in faith.
The whole time. Because, I mean, I was scared. And matter of fact, I was so scared that I was like, oh my gosh, do I close, do I sign? Because, you know, whenever you buying it, you had to lock in your rate. I was scared to lock in that rate. And I went ahead and locked in the rate. I said, okay, Lord, I just trust you. And rate went up. I was mad at myself about 2 years, but it's okay because it's $50 difference in my payment. But God still provided.
Right.
He still provided. And it was so amazing just to see all of that come to fruition. And right now the house is paid off. And leaving out the important part.
What's the important part?
He told me you would have this house paid off in 10 years. That house was paid off in 8.
Wow.
In 8 years, that house was paid off.
It was a crazy faith move.
Eyes have not seen nor ears heard all the things that he had in store for me. And I don't want to cry, but it's like when
you play it back, and you really look at how God really loved you just that much.
And it was my obedience.
Exactly what he said he was going to do and supersede.
Obedience. And not being afraid to change.
Can you say that you were completely aligned with God in that season?
I was.
Okay.
I was. Let me tell you how so far aligned I was, and I was embarrassed or ashamed. You know the story in the Bible about the woman who gave her the two mites, God, I can't even think of the word. The woman in the Bible who gave all she had, and Jesus was saying she gave more than the people who gave from their riches.
Yeah.
Right? That story. I was at a church with my ex-in-laws. And the guy was like, I need you to step out in faith and give. I had like $3 in change. Now I was like, shoot, me and my daughter gonna go and get us one of them 99-cent double cheeseburgers. Okay? Because I love them double cheeseburgers.
Not you was gonna save it for the double. So you gave up the double cheeseburger money.
I gave all my little change, and then he looked at me, he shook his head. That was all I had.
So you sold.
I sold everything I had, and it was just changing. Now, I'm going to tell you, though, the enemy had me embarrassed to walk up there with a handful of change. And I remember that.
Take the foolish things now.
And, baby, I put that change in there, and I really believe that did something. That activated something in the
sprinkle.
Girl, that activated something in the spirit.
It had a little, tambourine.
Because once I released everything. Back what we were saying earlier, I released control, and then I really trusted him. And I had to let the shame and embarrassment of other people, like I had to block that out as I was walking up there. So sometimes when they telling you to move out, that's you stepping out in faith. So I moved out.
People don't look at it like that though.
Hey,
especially your new church goers.
Girl, y'all better step out in faith.
For a whole nother day.
Yeah.
When we talk about giving and we talk about moving in faith and trusting God and planting seeds.
And let me tell you, you can't get nothing. What you getting like this?
Sowing time, and y'all be missing both seasons.
Because I'm giving every time.
Right.
And you can't outgive God.
Look, but you see, it come back to you.
100-fold.
I'm telling you.
And so it came back to me.
That's a beautiful testimony. And that's definitely a good crazy faith story. I want people to drop their crazy faith stories in the chat. Drop them in the comments because I want to know who else has
some crazy faith
testimonies like that.
Yes. And that's like
off a $3 seed.
$3 and change at that. Most of them were pennies. Most of them were pennies. Sure.
Yeah.
Gave my little two, she only had two little coins. She went and posed.
And listening though, when you heard God speak and listening and writing it down, just, yeah.
Yeah, I laughed at God a little bit. I'm like, Lord, how you gonna do this?
Right.
I'm just a little old bit of me. And I had to stop even once we did the trailer, right, for this show, and I was talking about little old bit of me. And God even convicted me afterwards, like, you're lying. You're lying.
Little bit of me, quit saying that.
Yeah, quit saying that. Yeah. In the spirit, you might be short in stature, but in the spirit, you're a giant. And I know my words have power. In the spirit. And everything my hands touch prosper. I'm the seed of Abraham.
Yeah.
So I'm blessed. I'm a blessed nation.
There you go.
Royal priesthood.
And you got to say that thing loud, and you got to mean it when you say it.
With my chest. And my life my obedience is an example of his love and grace.
Yeah.
And I tell people look at the things, and I say the things are all results of me following his will and not my own.
Absolutely.
But yeah. So you have anything before we end? Any crazy faith story?
Well, I do have your crazy faith story. It's top tier.
But that's my
$3 seed, and you got a house, knee job, the oil. I do have a crazy faith story.
Okay.
Too. And that was of my nonprofit.
Okay.
Select Your Crown. Right. So pandemic time. Whole world shut down. I'm no longer in the salon because we can't be in there, And I have always wanted to start a nonprofit where I can give back to women and children that's lost their hair, chemotherapy, and alopecia. And I said, you know what? I'm just throw it out there. We got time. I'm going to get my 501c3 done, registered, so I can be legit. Get legit, people. And then the world kind of started opening back up a little bit. And I said, I'm going to bless 100 people. 50 women, 50 children. Free wigs. If you lost your hair due to chemotherapy, lost your hair due to alopecia, I'm just doing it. And so I'm talking to my friend, and she's like, okay, so what's the plan? I said, I'm going to give some free wigs away to women and children. She said, okay, what about 15, 20? I said, no, 100. She said, 100? I said, yeah. She said, well, how many people have signed up? I said, nobody.
Wow.
She said, well, how you know people going to show up and show out? I said, I really don't. I said, but if God placed it in my heart to do it, He'll make the provision. She said, well, Markeisha, how you going to afford all these wigs? I said, well, I got some hair in the back. Mm-hmm. So I'll take the hair that I've had because I have my own hairline. Mm-hmm. I said, I'll just take the hair that I have and I'll start making wigs with that. I know there's enough hair in my salon to produce 100 free wigs. I just know it. She said, well, how you going to get them done? I said, I'm going to make them.
All yourself.
All of them. I said, I'm going to make 100 wigs. By the time I got to 40, my eyes started crossing. And one of my good friends, Sam, she said, Markeisha, I hear what you're trying to do. I'm going to hop in here with my sewing machine, which is way quicker to make a wig, may I add, over doing it with your hands. So get sewing machines. She said, I'm going to get here with my sewing machine. I'm going to help you. She said, and we are going to do exactly what you need for this organization. That's when Channel 5 News picked it up. They heard what we were doing. And I think I had maybe about 5 submissions. I had rented out Wilma Rudolph Event Center. I was like, the people will come. Yeah. It's fine. The money will come. It's fine. God, you've been such a blessing to me. I'll be a blessing to others. And you'll make provision for it to happen. Because you wouldn't have planted it in my spirit if it wasn't to be so. Channel 5 News heard about what we were doing, picked up the story. I had 500 submissions in 24 hours.
Wow.
I had to shut the website down. And I called my friend and I was like, well, I got the people. And she was like, what? I said, I got the people. I said,
wow.
We have over 500 submissions of people who are struggling with hair loss. I said, so I'm going to pick 100. Me and Sam sewed wigs until our fingers were numb.
Wow.
We got donations to be able to afford the Wilma Rudolph Event Center. Wow. And everything else came out of my pocket that first year. But God made provision. I didn't miss a car payment, a house payment. I didn't miss any payments for my business. Everything was still able to flow and run smoothly. And I'll never forget when I first started Select Your Crown, I wrote it down on like a vision board. And I was like, God, I believe, my faith is so crazy that I believe everybody that comes in will leave healed. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I wrote it down as Select Your Crown Holy Convocation. It wasn't just a regular event. I was like, this is going to be a holy convocation. Don't nobody know who come in this holy convocation. But really, every wig that you about to get has been anointed.
Right.
With a little bit of oil. You got a little cross in the back by your nape area.
Right.
And so he made provision. And I walked in faith that you gave it to me. You put it in my spirit. You're going to make it happen. And like you said, he superseded for you in everything that you needed. And I was like, I just need 100 submissions. I just need 100 people in need. He gave me 500 people.
Wow.
And then he let me know that it's a need in the community and there's a void that needs to be felt. Because that first year, a lot of women came, and whether they got healed physically, a mental healing came. Spiritually, they got healed because the room was full and there was anointing in the room and there was a great flow of God's presence and spirit to me in the room where women were able to share their stories with one another and they were able to testify about how maybe they had cancer, they're in remission. And they share their story about, hey, I had alopecia. I don't know how my hair came out. I thought about suicide. I couldn't, fathom looking at myself, but this is how God spoke to me and God saved my life from having those dark thoughts. So I made and created such a community in that. And I realized that it was bigger than hair loss and it was bigger than the disease. But there were minds and hearts that needed to be healed in my organization. So I just thank God for the crazy faith.
Yes.
Because in my mind, I was like, Marquise, you can make 100 wigs a night. It only take about 2 days. Let's go for it.
2 days.
Go for it, Markeisha. You've got it.
That's an unrealistic expectation to be setting.
Crazy faith.
I like it.
It's like, Markeisha, you can afford to do 100 wigs for these people. You don't need your bills paid.
I wasn't talking about.
You don't need them paid. God, the Lord will pay your bills.
Yeah.
You have the weave in the back. Make the wig.
Yeah.
You don't know where these people are coming from.
Uh-huh.
You don't even have 100 folks to call that you know.
Who has hair loss.
News came through. They said, we're going to give you 500 people.
Wow.
So
just like that.
Just like that.
And you had to turn people away.
Turn people away. It was so many submissions. I had to turn people away.
Wow. But just stepping out.
Doing it.
Your eyes
having the vision, writing it, make it plain so that others can run with it. Did that. Mm-hmm. Secretly calling it a holy convocation.
You know what I'm saying?
And people thought they was coming for a funky good time. I'm thinking, y'all don't even know. We've been travailing all night.
Over these wigs. Y'all done put the wigs on. Everybody happy. Don't know what's going on. Right. But the Lord do.
Anointed. Mm-hmm. That's what the wigs were. So
that's purpose, you know?
Yeah.
That's purpose going into you bought all that hair years ago.
Bought it all.
Had your own hair company. Not realize that this was going to be for a time such as it, in a dispensation of time.
Yeah.
He would do a thing.
Yeah.
You know, so we doing something today, not realizing this could be 5 years from now.
5 years from now. So step in the faith.
Yeah, step in the faith.
Step in the
and be like Nike.
Yeah.
And just do it.
There it is.
You got to step out and just do it.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's true. Well, and that's because transition isn't about having all the answers. It's not. It's about trusting the one who does.
Yes.
And we know who that is.
Yes. Okay. And you didn't have all the answers. I didn't have all the answers.
I had about 2 answers.
I was just like, well, my only thing was I got to pay rent, so might as well buy a house. But I didn't know. I didn't realize a down payment was due. I didn't realize none of that.
A lot.
Yeah. Home inspection. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh my God, I got to pay $500. But God, girl, my bank account, Jesus. Because I don't be understanding sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how in the heck did this happen? I still think about that. I was like, oh my God, I got to pay $450, but this $450 appeared.
You was adding numbers.
Girl, he was adding numbers.
Trying to figure it out.
The seed did not beg bread.
Mm.
The righteous was not forsaken.
Well, there it is.
So I'm telling you, whoever it is out there that's watching this, embrace the change.
Yeah.
Embrace the transition. Because I'm a living witness. Marquisha's a living witness. What happens when you really trust him during the process? When you get over yourself, you're wholeheartedly. When you tell doubt that it has no place in your heart and your mind. Mm-hmm. When fear try to come in, you crush it with the truth of God.
Absolutely.
And you really begin to just press your way. We said the Bible tells us to press towards that mark, right? Press. There are times I got to press towards that mark just to think clearly, just to be kind at times. So you got to press towards that mark in your faith.
Kind, yeah.
You know, sometimes people want to give you the ugly side. They want you to give them the
They want side. You to give them the ugly
but I can't.
So I feel into it.
I had to press.
Got to press. Let this be the season of the press, y'all.
Press, y'all. Press your way through because in the end, you win. In the end, it's glorious. Mm-hmm. You know, you're going to look. The Bible also says in Romans, which is my favorite book.
Romans your favorite book?
Yes, Romans my favorite book.
What the Bible say?
So in Romans 8, that's my favorite chapter of Romans.
Okay.
I'll tell you about that later. That's a whole nother story. So it says that the suffering of of this present time is not worthy to be compared to the glory that shall be revealed. So what you're going through right now is nothing compared to what God's going to bring you to. And as I look back over that season, it's absolutely true, Marquisha.
Yeah.
Those days of crying, those days of frustration, not understanding all the fasting I was doing.
Yeah.
I do it. What? But to be where I am now, and again, I'm not even talking about material things. I'm talking about being in his presence.
Yeah.
Being in his peace. Being, most of all, in his will. That thing is like life-changing.
Mm-hmm.
Life-changing. And the Bible said, you know, seek peace and pursue it. Find peace. Like, seek that peace out. Find peace and pursue it. So once you find it, pursue it. Keep
it. There it is.
Because, it's, you know, you when you turn 50, you're going to look 30.
That's her biggest goal. Looking 30 at 50.
Okay, when I was at LSU, I'm going to say this before. When I was at LSU, they thought I was moving in.
Not they thought you was.
I told that guy, I said, thank you, sir. I said, but what's wrong with you? And he was like, what do you mean? You a junior or something? I'm like, no, I'm about to be 40. He was like.
You said it with a smile for sure.
He was like, back don't crack. I was like, thank you.
Not one bit.
Thank you.
Keep moisturized.
Yes, and get my eyebrows done. Mm-hmm. Yes, y'all.
We're going to get LaQuivia back in the salon. She want her appointments back.
I need my appointments.
She's going to get her eyebrows done.
And I'm tying my braids. Okay, so any final words, Markeisha?
Embrace the change.
Embrace the change.
Embrace the change. Prepare for transition. You know, it's about trusting the one who knows everything.
Yes. It's been a good time today.
Yeah, it's been an amazing time. And don't forget to unleash and rise, guys.
Don't forget.
Don't forget to unleash and rise.
Yes. Continue to follow us on all social media platforms.
Yes.
You know, and also Spotify, Amazon, Prime. We on all of it.
All of it.
YouTube.
And I want to know
Music.
I want to know people's stories about their crazy faith.
I really do. Y'all talk back to us.
The crazy faith stories, life experiences.
Yes.
In the chat, in the comments.
Repost on your page and share it and don't be ashamed. I had to get over there. I had to get over people. Matter of fact, I just posted on Facebook, your life become lighter. It becomes easier when you realize you're not for everybody. So when I realized that, my whole perception of things changed, and I don't mind sharing things.
Yeah.
Because at first I was like secluded because, oh my God, what this person going to think? I'm not for you. I'm not for you. If you can't receive me for who I am, then move on. Because there's somebody out there that needs what I have.
Yeah.
There's somebody out there that needs what you have.
What you have.
Yes. So your story matters.
Yeah.
Right? Your story matters. That tear you crying, even listening to the podcast, it matters to Christ. So you just have to take courage in that and find solace in knowing that, hey, in him you live, move, and have your being, and he will never leave you nor forsake you.
That's true.
So until we meet again, don't forget to unleash and rise. Bye.